Miz first up, a bit of a rematch versus Kiosco. He just strutting on his fox as much as possible, looking for a heal. The pillars are a little bit smaller than, they're about the same, I think, as Lord Ron, maybe like a little bit bigger. But for Miz, I'm hoping it won't give him like a worse setup here. But he's having to fight versus the Hunter. He's going to be steel traps, tar traps all around the corner. Man is slowed into oblivion, into a silence right after, as Kiosco takes advantage of the silence, going in for damage, just going in for really just committing those 2 hit and run plays. As Miz, all he can do is play defensive. He has to play it slow, dot out the pet. Maybe if he can get an angle onto Kiosco. Almost got a stun. How much to go for a trinket? Does he get a fear? If he can get a fear onto him, that'll be huge. Got himself full void torn. Kiosco with a quick fade death for just a second. Chakram getting sent in. Mind games does get interrupted on Shadow. Miz is going in for a heal as soon as possible. That is going to be his Aegis with the mind games back into Kiosco. Almost lands him with a freezing trap, catching him. No, mind games does connect. Look at that little crown. I love that effect. Looks so good. As Miz trying to get himself a bit of a heal. Kiosco suffering back there. Even his pet is actually erupting damage on him, which I think may not keep... I was going to say may keep Kiosco out of camo, out of combat, and then he catches a camo immediately. I was literally just going to say may not keep him in combat, but won't let him camo. And then he camos right in front of me. It's like, okay, never mind. I guess I don't really know how it works at all then. I thought that, because he got the dots on the pet and it just keeps erupting. Oh, he walks right next to him. He has no idea how close he was. He really needs that fear onto Kiosco. But he needs to close the gap. Kiosco with a fear. Trinkets to follow. Maybe it could be a stun. There's going to be juke out of Miz. He is in disperse though. He's having to see it and sit in disperse and recuperate a little bit. But catching Kiosco away from a pillar is a sight to behold. It is a little bit rough as Hunters have to play super defensive. The pillar game has to happen for them. For Miz though, he just doesn't have mobility, and there's seal traps and charge traps and freezing traps as he does approach it. So it's not like he can really do much about it. If only Miz has an easy way to maybe like dot up the Hunter by dotting the pet or something, I think that would have been pretty sweet, honestly. That would have helped him, because at least he could cleave down to Kiosco. Scatter, explosive, grenades getting sent him. Miz trying to see if he can use his fade in order to catch up, but nah, freezing traps waiting there for ya. At least it's a little bit DR from the scatter tar trap. Nah, this is so rough. Yeah, it's rough. I wonder for Miz if like trying like a no pillar play, like staying as far away from pillars, might be the go-to, because he's still surviving. He's fairly tanky. He just needs to get himself an angle into Kiosco, almost catching him with a full go PI and everything. Siphon still able to get quite a bit of damage. Miz trying to see if he can mosey over to Kiosco. He's on a fear range right now. Does have a fear by the looks of it. Potentially has a fear. For Kiosco, he needs to get himself a go at some point. Every time he's actually out in the open with Miz, catches him for just a moment. That's a nice little Beyblade you had there. But every time he catches him for just a moment for Kiosco, it is a life and death situation, to be honest. Oh yeah, the traps, yeah. Not much you can do. Not much you can do. Camo? Oh wait, clean camo? I thought the pet was still dotted. Yeah, for Miz, I don't know if Shadow Crash would improve his situation or not, but it might make it a little bit easier to keep pressure onto Kiosco. Dampening is slowly starting to ramp up though. We are in the 3-minute mark. And ever since Blizzard changed stuff for Dragonflight, I think it was maybe for season 2, dampening starts, or maybe season 1, dampening starts at 10%. So you already have like quite a bit of that healing reduction rolling off from the bat. And then you get more and more and more after that 3-minute mark instead of the 5-minute mark. Like it used to be, Harpoon almost catches a kick, but not quite. Miz does end up juking him out. Oh, mind games of Kiosco getting fully dotted. That is going to be a feint death for just a second. As the pet, it is still dotted. It is still rotting. I feel like unless Kiosco maintains that thing, the pet is eventually going to die. Fury of the Eagle onto Miz. Does he have himself a big go? He doesn't go with the Chimeric Poison or anything. Tentacle on the other side. So Kiosco can't even escape the damage of the Void right now. And it's going to be a whole new pet charging out, rushing through the freezing trap. Kiosco does get in combat with that thing, but that thing is actually going to do quite a bit of damage. He actually has to interrupt it. At least I think he interrupted it. Or is it instant cast? He's trying to use the pet to just aggro it. He's actually trying to see if he can establish control over the pet as best as possible. Manic bandages over for Kiosco. Char trap all around the pillar, and Miz looking to get an angle on him, but he so far has just been rough. If the pet is at least dotted, hold on a second. He's pulling the pet back. If it's dotted, no camo. I don't know if you want to hit it. Oh no, it's so rough. For Miz, he does have himself a decent setup. He has himself huge heals. He has himself fantastic defenses. He just doesn't have the mobility to catch Kiosko while he's behind the pillar, super low, licking his wounds. And Kiosko so far has not been able to break past the toughness of Miz. The Shadow Priest is actually taking those physical hits and explosives and grenades and just like walking out of there like it was nothing. Big death shock him. An opportunity for Kiosko. Does go for the stun. Silence to follow. Trying to see if he can close the gap. We'll need to get dots on Kiosko as well as the pet. Looking for a bit of a heal. Well, they got PI. If Kiosko is dotted, you could cleave him down technically, right? Or technically, I don't know if he did get dots on him or not. But he's now back to this pillar plays. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if there's an opportunity for Miz somehow to pull Kiosko away from pillars. Like, super far away. Explosive around the corner. Does Kiosko have a go off this one? He does not have a stun for a while, but it looks of it. Miz has everything here. He just needs to get himself an angle into Kiosko. He just needs an angle, though. I don't know how you achieve it. I think you need to maybe plan for a fatty fade, right? Fade, and if you could fade through a freezing trap and a seal trap and get it close to Kiosko, that's about the only thing I could think you could maybe do. Potentially. Does get a stun, trinket out of Kiosko. Hold down for Miz if he gets close enough to fear. No fear for about 20 seconds. That's shock him on the Miz. Might be dispersed. Does go for disperse. Perfect opportunity for Kiosko to be able to put some pressure. This is the most amount of damage Kiosko have had. Giving Fizz a bit of a Beyblade right now. That's a little... Is that disperse that does that? Is it disperse that does that? That's a good animation. Kiosko so far just not willing to commit. Man, whoever wins go back to base. Yeah, after these guys, I feel like whoever wins, even if you go back to base, you're going into 34% dampening. I don't think you're gonna get anything out of it. Oh man. Yeah, this matchup, this map in particular, I don't even know if there's a good map for Priest versus Hunter duels. I don't think there is a good one. Maybe Blade's Edge, maybe, and even like maybe actually. Maybe Blade's Edge would be kind of sort of workable because you don't have as many like big pillars like that. You have like two little ones by the bridge. And then like the ramp, kind of. Unless you count the pillars of bridge. I guess there's pillars down under the bridge, but I don't know if that's where people would play it. That's a good question, actually. I think this is the longest duel we've had between a Shadow Priest and a Hunter, by the way. I am so surprised it's actually going on this long. 7 minutes into the match, 39% dampening. Miz trying to see if he can get himself a PI. Mind games off of the fear. Void Torrent catches Kiosko as he tried to go for feint death. Survival of the fittest is out in play, going in for a harpoon to get an aggressive stun into Miz with the Fury of the Eagle. Stun back into Kiosko. Have himself the human racial to break out of it. Death shock him to follow. This is the most amount of damage the Hunter's gotten. Hold on a second. Disperse keeps Miz alive with kill shots and grenades, and he's still alive. Kiosko is melting though. He's trying to see if he can get aggressive. You need a fear. Does get the fear. If you get a mind games, dots, anything, you can actually make a play. Hold on. Perfect fear. Void Torrent. Oh, through Turtle Shell, it's over. Oh, Miz does catch him. But at what cost? We're at 30, 49, 43% dampener though. My goodness, neither of them wanted to give it up to the other at all. And here we are. I'm gonna get a different song going. Oh man, Miz is getting absolutely blasted now by Jay. There's just nothing he can do. Disperse was sent into Kiosko. Perfectly set up Disperse. Nothing he could do there at all though. Smeagol is going to be up next versus Jay. Jay, I think, has himself a bit of an advantage in this duel. Just because he doesn't really need healing. He has himself an immunity. He has himself an ult time. And if he can just keep pressure onto Smeagol, eventually Smeagol will go down. Those barrages, as long as they're reaching him, and missiles to follow, as long as they're reaching him, I think he'll be mostly okay. He's got shields that'll help him stabilize a little bit, but as long as he gets himself a go that Smeagol can't recover from, I think it might be lights out for Smeagol. For Smeagol though, he needs to get himself a better angle over the guy. I don't know how he's gonna do it. Breath to follow into a poly does catch him really quickly. Trinket out for Smeagol into a full touch of the Magi. Does have an interrupt. He needs to make sure he gets himself a kick on the missiles if he can ever do it. Totem. Also hurting Jayhawk quite a bit with a Counter-Strike totem. Actually doing a number. Hold on a second. It's still alive. He's still in play. Jayhawk better be very, very careful trying to let us hit the totem a little. That is not a totem we see used all that often. Is that altar? No, it's just a random proc, not an altar. But Smeagol is able to recover quite a bit of health with Dark Guardian. With LA Blast, no Maelstrom on this one though, which is a forge finally off of that breath. Arcade Search to follow. Jay, if he has himself yet another go. Burrow down for Smeagol for just a second. Maybe a big knockup, maybe a big go. Blink for the mages to reposition. Does go for the reverse blink. I think with a all the time this time around. Unless you get it cleaned, which could be really bad for you. Does get himself a bit of a reposition with an altar. At the very least, still plenty of Maelstrom for the Shaman. Icebuck to follow. Smeagol needs himself a little bit more healing. The wolves, or raptors rather, are in play. He got 3 of them. So maybe a little bit of Maelstrom to help you recover. Got himself the totem and everything. But for Jay, he got himself a nice little bit of restoration while inside of the block. With Smeagol looking for an angle. Got himself a stun to trinket out of Jay just so he can stay aggressive. You're kicking or juking out the poly. For Jay, if you have himself a go, Ring of Fire, it's going to help you with a little bit of that retreat. It's going to put a pressure on to Smeagol. Touch of the Magic is ready. I don't know if you wanted to touch. Is that touch or is that just no? Quick kick. Hold on a second. Jay might just have him. He just needs a barrage. Oh, he does pick up some damage with Calcid. Doesn't want to give Jay an opportunity here at all. Height dampening. It's just not gonna happen. Trinket off of that blind knockup by Jay. Wait a second. That was such a good knockup on that roll. I forgot he's running a knockup ability. Completely forgot that that's a thing. As for Calcid, catching him in a quick in cap, goes in for a kick. No legs off this one. Poly yet again. Jay does have almost full cooldowns available too. Touch of the Magic is active. Hold on a second. He might be able to make some work off of this. He got himself missiles while he's moving. Blink to follow right after. And Calcid got himself a defensive. Might be looking at a karma here. Jade is looking to blast him out. Knockback doesn't quite go flying. Oh, he's so low. Touch of the Magic almost killed Calcid too. Hold on a second. I was so close with Devil getting a couple of dots. I think, unless you can heal through it, he's able to barely heal through it. While energy holds, he barely heals, but this is not happening. Yeah, not happening. Succubus, full dots in. Drain. I just missed it. I swear to God. I swapped to a wrong person. I just missed it. But Donna's going to be up next as a... I like this Mog. That looks good. As a Destro Warlock without a pet. Or playing the Sacrifice Pet build. Devil able to get a full set of dots. Donna's does go in with a full Infernal. Got an angle with the portals. And a Mortal Call sent out. At least that's going to be damage back to Devil passively, but that Drain with Oblivion is doing a number. All the dots of the Dark Lair is actually hurting Donis quite a bit. Got a Dark Lair out for just a moment. Devil at no health whatsoever. Hold on a second. Donis might just have him with a wall. Got himself a bit of a defensive. Every single time Devil pokes around the pillar, he just takes percentage health damage from that big balloon demon. Donis at no health whatsoever. Needs an angle right now. Needs a conflagration or two. I think with that Drain is just over though. Oh my goodness, that's so rough with Griff taking out Devil very quickly here. With Big up next. I like the Mog, look at that. I know it's not your favorite matchup, Big versus Griff in particular. 70% dampening, 13 minutes into the game. You ain't gonna heal for anything. So if you can catch him around the corner, like you might be able to get him, might be able to zap him out. For Griff, he does have a bit of a haymaker to deal with here. Sky Fury, as well as Stormkeeper, you gotta see it from a mile away. So at least he can cloak it, he can banish it. He got himself a decent setup. Blind immediately just to make sure he doesn't get himself. What broke you out of that root, by the way? Did it, or just root normally break? Stun onto Griff, Stormkeeper, Sky Fury. Do you have a big go right now? Trying to see if he can get himself a big go. Cloak of Shadows for the Rogue. Is Big holding on to Lightning Bolt? He's holding on to one of them. Knock up into Griff. Zap one. Hold on. Oh, Lava Burst proc. What is that? Oh, no shot. Hold on a second. Griff bailed. No cloak. Trinket is available. Vanish is available. Big does not have a trinket. That's the... That's the unfortunate part, but he got an Eyes. He got an Earth Elemental too. So Griff's opener could get scuffed up by the Earth Ellie. He has no blind for it. Hold on a second. He can still catch him. Root around the corner. Sap. Ellie still sees you. Hold on. Can you send it? He can. Oh, that Ellie's trying to see if he can disrupt him. Griff is going to have a go. Ellie. Oh, root. Gouge. Stun. Hold on a second. Backs up out. Hex. He can't do anything about this one. Trinkets it. Hold on. Knocking him back. Does Griff have himself a go right now? Vanish is available. Big with the wall. Hold on. You're not going to be past the wall. Not happening. Vanish to follow. He doesn't see you though. He doesn't see ya. Eyes are all used up though, so for Big, he can at least maybe get himself some recovery. And he can maybe come back with a trinket. Griff swapping over to crippling poison. We're trying like running numbing there. What is happening? Gowing to Big. He has some blades. Unless you have a knockback. If you can knock him on secret technique, that'd be huge. Trying to. I think he does connect maybe. Stun onto Griff. If you can root him, Griff got nothing. Roots him. Stormkeeper. I think it's lights out. Unless he somehow lives it. Stuns him. Cheap shot. Burst. He needs one zap. Does he get it? Blind. Hold on a second. Does he escape? Wait a moment. He got him some lightning. Oh no, he's gone. Flame shock for a second. Fire elemental. Is it over? Trying to hex. Maybe juke. Juke. No shot. Hold on. There's no way to live this, right? He got a trinket coming back up very, very soon. Root onto Griff. Lasso maybe? Ice Fury? Ice Fury Lasso? Would that do it? He got a cloak. Hold on a second. He got one vanish. Unless he can get to a bad angle. Lasso? Root? Hold on. Hold on. Vanish? He got a trinket. He has a trinket. Burrow? Hold on. Hold on a second. He's catching. Trying to see if he can catch up. Knocks him up in the air. Cheap shot. Knocking it back. Lasso. Hold on a second. No shot. Cheat death. Needs one more hit. Oh, he got him. He got him. Wait a second. Where are you? He got him. 2 million damage all just into a rogue. The rogue has maybe less than 1 million health and damage, and he had to sink in 2 at this high of a dampener match. Are you serious? What was that match? It was so long, and I can't believe you won it.